Hi, I want to share a story, a beautiful story of redemption and healing. And it's about a young man that came to me about a year ago, and he was 13 years old and suicidal. His mother was distraught and did not know what to do to help her son to get out of this severe depression and suicidal attempts. He had been to several counselors, and luckily, the counselor that referred him to me was wise enough to know that maybe he needs some body work and some spiritual work. So they came and he was so sweet, so darling. He was suicidal because he had lost his father and he wanted to go and be with his father up in heaven. And so, anyone who's done any work with me, I really just deal with the here and now. I take the client in and I release. And as I release the body, then the emotions come up, right? And then the emotions of the past or whatever was coming up for this young man. And so, what I do is I have someone breathe in love or joy or something in their heart and then breathe out the these sad emotions, the fearful emotions, the depressed emotions, anything like that. So we were doing that kind of work. And he was doing a great job. He was all in. He was desperate to feel better. So when I went to go do Reiki on him, I led him in a guided meditation. And what I do quite often with people who need deep, deep, deep healing, because once we get out of our thinking brain and we're into the theta brainwave state, miracles happen. So led him on a guided meditation up to the light, up to our Creator's light, where he was going to get healing body, mind, and spirit. And so I do this whole guided meditation and get him really relaxed and dive through these healing waters and come up onto the other shore. And we walk up the steps to the divine's presence. And so once I got him up to the most holy healing light, I left him there. And I just create a space. I'm just a conduit. So I just run that energy through me. And I knew good things were happening. I knew powerful things were happening. I just didn't know exactly what was happening. And so as I'm holding on to his feet, all this wave of energy was coming through. Like it felt like just pure unconditional love coming through. And I can feel it through me and I know it, and then it goes into my clients. And it's just this beautiful unconditional love. And so I thought, gosh, thank you, God, that he is getting amazing healing. So when we were done, I lead him back down, back into his body. And as he sits up, he said, my father came to visit me. And I said, oh, he did. I said, what did he say? He said, for me to be brave and it's not my time to leave this earth, and that I have a lot to do on this earth, and that I need to be brave and stay and take care of my mom and live my life here. It's not my time. And I mean, this is profound for a young boy who's been suicidal to feel so joyful. So I said, what did your father look like? He said, he's so happy. He's so happy. And he told me not to worry about him. And so we had this conversation. It was just profound and it was just so amazing. And my heart was so touched. So as we're leaving my office and going into the waiting room, we see his mother, and his mother was there and she looked like she saw a ghost. And that's when I said to her, what happened? You seem like you saw a ghost. And she said, I had the most profound experience. This wind blew all around the waiting room and then it blew the door open and it settled around me. And I got the message that my deceased husband wants us to know he's okay and that we're going to be okay. And she was just crying. And I said, well, that's amazing that you had the same experience that your son had. So I had them talk about their experience, and they're crying and I'm crying. And it was just a beautiful situation. So of course they came 3 times in a row, 3 weeks in a row. And each time this young man just had profound prophetic experiences when he went up to the light. And he'd come back and he was just ecstatic and joyful. And he's like, now I saw grandpa, now I saw grandpa's dog. And, he'd have these beautiful experiences and he just kept getting better and better and better. And so they came the last time and he said, I want to live. So after the 3rd time they left, and I could just feel in the sense of my heart that he was whole, happy, and healed. But I didn't know, I never try to pry into anybody's, it's not my business what they do after they leave my practice, my farm. And the neat thing is, just the other day, I was driving home and I get a text from the mom and she said, I just want you to know that you did something that no one else could. She said, now Jared has entered trade school and wants to be a mechanic like his father. He is thriving, happy, and he can't wait to come back to Well Balanced Farm and see Emmy and the alpacas. Thank you so much for all you did. I have no words to describe the impact you made on my son's life. And, yeah, personally, I'm just so thankful that he got an amazing experience and so happy that he is whole, happy, and healed. The really cool thing is we need to step into the wonder mystery life that healing happens in the most unusual ways. And we just need to get out of our logical thinking. And that was the beautiful story, is that who knew that him being led on a meditation up to the heavens would be the very thing that he would have a connection with his father, and his father would encourage him to stay on this earth and to live out his life and take care of himself and his mother. Sometimes I have no words for the beauty of the healing that's available to all of us if we're only ready to step in and believe. And I get that everyone's on their own journey, and I get that everyone has the lessons they need to learn in life. But walk into the wonder mystery life. Step out of the limited negative thinking of that you'll never heal, or things will never get better, or you'll always be in this situation. Because when you step out in faith and when you step out of that thinking brain, miracles happen. And if you ask for your highest good and the highest good of those around you, and I always say for love and healing of the world, then watch out and see how the divine comes in and moves mountains for you. Thank you and have a great day.